India Education Outcomes Fund is a platform that Social Finance India has launched, and our aim is to impact the lives of at least 30 million children through a pay for success construct which is outcomes focused over the next 10 years, aligned to the SDG 4 deadline of 2030. The vision for us is to create transformational impact in Indian education through funding of outcomes-focused activity of up to $1 billion. The mission that we have chosen for ourselves is to bring together service providers, outcome payers, risk investors, all to set up scalable outcomes-focused solutions to address India's pressing education challenges. The innovation of the Indian Education Outcomes Fund lies in the very structure of it. If you look at the brief history of impact bonds over the last 10 years since the first impact bond was launched in the UK, all the impact bonds have been bespoke transactions where they have one service provider, they have an outcomes pair, and they have maybe one or more risk investors. That structure inherently implies that you will be starting work from zero every time you're setting up an impact bond. Now the contracting, which involves the legal firms, the performance management, program management, assessment, everything is bespoke. And as is the case with anything bespoke, it ends up being quite expensive. But that's the experience of the impact bonds as they have existed till now. India Education Outcomes Fund has been set up to not do bespoke transactions, but to do them at scale and standardize the process of either contracting, of legal structures, of processes, of performance management. The basic platform on which this whole construct rests is that we try to get commitments from outcome payers to big issues for a longer duration, for larger amounts. What that implies is that we're not starting from zero every year or every time we have to set up an impact bond. What this leads to is certainly efficiency, which is at the cost level, but more importantly, it is the utilization of all the limited resources and efforts towards the larger focus, which is the outcomes. And it aligns all the entities, be it the outcome payers, the service providers, the risk investors, and the outcomes assessment agencies towards longer term outcomes rather than what a bespoke individual impact bond of 3 or 4 years is likely to target. We actually call it out by saying that we are moving from version 1.0 to now version 2.0, which is impact bonds at scale, and moving away from small, expensive pilots, which has been the case till today, to a cost-effective and efficient tool, which we believe can continue for a long, long time to come. When you're creating a larger pool of outcome funds, our vision is to be able to create a rate card approach, which is, can we be placing out an outcome at a particular cost? To illustrate, can we reach a stage where the government or whoever is commissioning for an outcome comes forward and says, I want X million children at this Y cost to be either in school or to have a certain learning outcome, or be in a certain transitioning to workforce, or whatever be the area that we have chosen in education. But our vision is, can we have an outcomes rate card approach in the long term, which IEOF as a structure can do as against an individual bespoke impact bond. So as you can imagine now, the challenges are, there are a lot of moving parts in this whole structure, be it at the service provider and multiple, outcome payers and multiple, risk investors and multiple, and outcome measuring agencies, which can also be multiple, hopefully not, but can be theoretically. And with so many moving parts, it's the complexity of ensuring that they are all geared to each other, ensuring that they're moving, ensuring that no one thing leads to the machine jarring and stalling and not being functional. And that is the challenge of doing the India Education Outcomes Fund or impact bonds at scale through a fund approach.